Good morning.
Vandaag is een dag van voltooiing. Ik ben dankbaar voor deze perfecte dag. Wonderen zal wonderen volgen en wonderen zullen altijd blijven doen.
Okay, coming in the charts, looking at it, first few points, we want to take out previous week high. Very nearby, by the way. If you go up, previous week high and to 24,400 would be the area I want to take a look where we could change hands. If we go down, of course, this 1 hour would be a nice one to get touched from. Now we have an opening gap that's still left. So the purple line just above us is weekly high, previous day high. They are actually aligned. And at this point it looks like we will take that out and see how we react off of it. We're not in time yet to take a long off of this, because if this was a 15-minute tap right here, I would have said, okay, I'll give this a try to hit up to the highs, but It did not come back down. It actually started moving right now. Good morning, Nicolas. Good morning, Anthony. Morning, Vele. We have a little bit of news today. Morning session, 8:30, 8, yellow folders twice.
Nog een keer herhalen wat je gaat zien, dollar voor en wegen ding.
So, on the left side, this will be my trades, so not in a trade. And on this right side, I will trade the orb, or I will show for people that trade the orb, so just to make sure that we all can follow. How were the holidays, Nicolas? Oh, Nicolas. Ik zei Nicolas, wat op.
Wanneer?
Dat is juist niet gedaan. Dat een doekje was net zo op de met een vingers.
Je leeft.
Happy to hear that. Fully recharged. So what do I see? We are actually at this point. We can all see this. This is trend line liquidity right here that we build up. So if we go down, we will take all of this out at least. I'll probably hit to that 1 hour to 4 hour value gap just below here. If we hit down, of course. If we continue further up, like I said, previous week high is actually the first area where we want to take a look at how would the market react, because this is actually a very crucial point. It's just Monday, so I know I prefer to continue higher this week, but because it's just Monday, we definitely have a chance that we take out first some liquidity that we need to push the market back up. So they do need a lot of sells to push the market back up. You need those stops actually. For the rest, the market looks actually very bullish for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week. So I'm only gonna try to take longs. If the market presents a short, I will take them, but I prefer to take only longs this week. I will share a bit more in Discord this week too. So every time I see a trade ahead of time, I gotta put it in Discord so that you can follow along. Second week that I'm trading continuations now. So again, for everybody that just joined, on this side, I would only trade continuation movements. So that you can see it. I have a cold now. That's less good. You'll get fixed up in no time. It's supposed to be.
Dat is ook wel grappig voor te zeggen. Ik heb een warmpje.
It should be at least if you went on holiday to be a bit more relaxed when you come back. So we really take out Asia high. So we all see that this is actually a nice continuation movement at this point. So if the market taps that 15 minutes, I'm gonna take a long off of it to that high, see if it works. I do want to get that tap before we hit the high, of course. So for the continuation play, all I need is actually a 15-minute for value gap in the direction that we are actually trading. So we can see that we're actually trading upwards at this point. A longer time frame trends, same, we're trading upwards. I do want to see that high get taken anyway, so if we have a tap, I'm just gonna long off of it straight to the highs. So that would be 2R fixed. Our play is still, be patient. For the orb itself, let's take a look. We have no 2 minutes. We don't have a value gap. The good thing on this continuation move is if we go below that stop that I'm actually showing right here, at 24,123, then I know I'm incorrect and that we actually gotta take out the full trendline liquidity. If anybody has kids, how do you actually learn your child to make sure she cleans up the room or keeps it tight? Anybody have good ideas? I helped her last weekend and it took us, I think, about 6 hours to clean up the whole, whole chamber. So we have a few 5 minutes stacked here. I'm gonna enter not fully on the top. I'm gonna enter 2 contracts and then 2 on the bottom. So we have about 11 point stops. So that's 40, that's 80. Let me calculate this for a second. 12 points. $24 per contract. That's 8 that I can do in total, so I do 3 immediately, 4 at the bottom. You can also put this in a limit actually, guys. So if you want it to go long, on the left side, that's the continuation play I want to see. Nonetheless, that's a strong push down, so we will see if this plays out. Just because we just took out Asia high, if we do have a bit more downside, I'm okay with it. We will be able to take that profit back. So I will enter with 6 contracts in total, 3 on 24,143 and 3 on 24,130. So that's on the bottom. If I'm incorrect and we don't go up to the highs first, this still looks bullish, so I would really love to see this happen. If it doesn't, and we do fall to the lower parts, I probably, actually we will go to that 4 hour right here, so that's right here, so that's a big distance, so that's all that trend line liquidity what I was talking about. So while you're here, read your plan, make sure that you can follow it, easy. If you have any questions still left over it, ask me please, so I can help. That's what I'm here for. So again, for everybody, my trades will be on the left side that I'm taking. So I will follow orb because I know a lot of you traded, so I will follow along. Was that a close? I believe so. Yes, no. That was a close. Okay, that's not possible to do it that way. So I am in that long, by the way. So if you shoot shorting, the orb stops would be right here. Yeah, if we fall beneath that stuff of mine, you can take this all the way down. So that would be able to take it to 24,100 at least. So that could be a 4R right here of this trade. Let's see if we can get to that low. First of all, we need to get under this area. Make it a bit thinner. If we breach that level, we definitely go lower. So I tried something with the contracts too, so you cannot limit sell your contracts back, so don't try it. Yeah, I put it to my limit orders right here, and the other one did not get filled yet. So my second one was at the bottom of this gap. So I'm only in with 3 contracts at this point. A bit less. So both trades got just the amount of chance to play out. Orb to the downside. Reason why is possible, because first of all, we took out Asia high. That's a liquidity pool that we took out, higher time frame. We don't need to take out the highs. We came in a fair value gap of 15 minutes, over 5. We rejected off of it with Asia highs taken, so a lot of liquidity has been taken. So there is a possibility that we will take out that full trendline liquidity here. And we will see this after we go below this. So once we breach 24,124, we will definitely know if we go lower, yes or no. We will need to be patient, but that's the area what I want to see if it wants to go that direction. Excuse me. I know I'm trading against the orb, but yeah. No, it's not needed for Verle. So you can actually choose what you want. So you don't need to. It doesn't actually need to be 50-50. You can just put it immediately in. I just prefer to do it this way.
Ik zou niet af en toe nog terug in gaan sturen. Oh, oké. Ik heb er nu wel, ik moet even kijken. Dat klopt wel, zie je die tapt?
Ja.
Page?
Ja.
Was een tab?
Ja.
Okay.
So here we actually come to that 5-minute tab. So we have here a 5 minutes for value gap right here. So in this 5 minute for value gap, now anybody in this long, I want to see us now. Don't come back down. So this is the reason why I've traded this in this particular area. So if we go up, I'm gonna put my stop now at 24.131. So at the bottom of this wick. I don't want to see it come back down. So once we actually breached, we come up, we move. So moving my stop up immediately after this. That's actually exactly on my entry, and I'm taking one contract off right here. So the reason why is if it comes back to my stop now, I actually got a free trade. Because my stop is less than I took off, and it's actually a free trade now. Nonetheless, I don't say it can't, so it still can fill up this full for value gap, but I don't want to see it happen. This way we got actually a free trade now, and if it hits our TP, we get a nice profit. If it doesn't, I'm okay with it. So it's just a straight free trade. What to the downside, that does not look shabby. We do need to be patient, of course. We still have 2 minutes. Yeah, that's gonna be the stop. Now here's a very strong push.
Order filled.
Ja, dat was inderdaad hoe hij moest dan adden. Was wel perfect gedaan, sexy. So orb trade is slugger trade. And to Veerle, you said to ask me if we need to do half-half. No, you can choose actually just at the center. I just prefer to do it twice. The reason why is actually I like to get a bit more out of it. So you don't need the full profit immediately. So if you just took full contracts the first time, perfectly fine. Instead of taking one off, take then two off when it reaches to the highs. Now we do want to see that continuation play right here on this area. I don't want to see it come back down now. It can halfway, so we can create a new one, but it needs to stay above here. Did we have a minute for value gap right here? Oh, we didn't.
Ik heb wel een body close gehad, dus ik heb deze keer allemaal een body close gehad.
Het niet wat? Met de head trekt?
Ah ja, je hebt
Ja.
de tap.
Maar dat is ook zo. Dat is ook wanneer ik het doe. That was a full that was a full pre or fail. Did not work today. Nonetheless, there was a lot of confluences that it should work. Anybody put the stop all the way up to the top? he's still in. He should be still in. If somebody did, not sure it was needed. I didn't see any gaps left, so here got filled everything. So I didn't see any more gaps, so for me that was the perfect stop actually. Anybody on orb now, be patient. Let the market do its thing before you enter again. At least be patient for 15 minutes. See what it does. Anybody in this long, your stop should be at a low still. You should at least take one contract off so that you are fully in profit, or at least the same amount that you are stopped at this point. So make sure your stop and your entry and your total P&L is about the same. I'll read the chat in a minute. I can't see it actually right now. I'm watching the chart for a second. Okay, so okay. First of all, morning Arjun and morning Yokten. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Do you have an edge FOMC week or just gonna take it slow? I don't care about FOMC. I don't trade it on FOMC, but I just read the chart at the moment itself. So if that was the question, you always do 50-50 with contracts, continuation, top of the fair value gap, bottom of the front. Now, so Veerle, for you, if you want to enter this, the best time to enter it always to make sure that you're fully in is at the top of it. You can choose then to make an extra on halfway. You don't need to take the bottom. It doesn't always fill up. The reason why I do this is actually you get an extra 4 points. 4 points and a half. So that means every contract that you add to this trade that you actually get that you get a little bit more. Is it needed? Of course not. It's only 4 points, so instead of that would have been 8 contracts right here that I added, or 10 at least. So is it needed? No. You can start by just doing it at the top. This is an entry model. So if you want to take this entry model, you can choose how to enter. I prefer to take half at top, a half halfway. Actually, I put it at the bottom this time and I didn't get filled. So it was only 4 points, as I believed if we dump, we take the 4 points out too, because we had fair value gap, another one right here with a small gap. So I believe that we actually were gonna take this out. This is just out of seeing too many charts. Now we did not, so I got filled once. I did not get filled fully at this point. And if you take a contract off, you didn't hear me say it, that's okay. Once we move away again and go to the high, we take a contract off. The reason why is if the market decides to come back to us, to our entry, if we take one off once it moves away, we can actually take a bit of that P&L, so that profit, put our stop directly at those lows instead of all the way down here. You can put it directly at these lows and then leave it and let it go. Because now this little stop right here is actually enough to cover the amount that you took off of contracts. And this is why I take some off. This is actually then a full free trade that you can take to the highs with nothing in. So you can actually trade relaxed this way. You don't need to watch the P&L anymore because you took a break even at least. And then if you let it run to the highs, you're actually at ease fully. Anytime that we can scale in, so we have now a 5-minute value gap right here, so this is something we could scale into. So if it hits this, continues to the high, you can hit on the tap to add, or you can add on the break of structure. That's up to you. I prefer to add the same way that we entered at the lows. So once it gets here, I would prefer to add immediately off of this. So this would look like this then, a long position off of it, back to the highs, or the same target of course, don't take it higher, and stops would be that same spot. That will get you another 2R out of it to the next high. Make sure that this stop then is only a half R wide, so this would only be a half R at risk. So this is full free then, and here you got a half R then left in, so you could get actually at least there should be at least a 3R that you would get out of this with only a half R risk. So that's a very good money management, if that is understood. You need to go. So you can take off at the high of previous candle. I love it how you ask actually to be at a certain point to take something off, but actually you can't know where to take it off. It's more like an internal feeling that I know how I do this, and take a little bit off. If you see this rally off, so take a 5 minutes. Go to the 5-minute chart. If you see this come back into that fair value gap right here, and it pushes, and you don't see it go further up, just take one off right here at the high, and just put your stop at the same level. So make sure that what you take off is the same amount of your stop then. So it doesn't matter what the market does. If the market now goes out and take out all this trend line liquidity with your stop too, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just to make you feel more at ease once you do this. That's all. So for adding, it can be on the 5-minute value gap. No need for 15 minutes. We are playing this continuation movement. So if we watch the 15, first of all, we are in a 15 for value gap right now. And I don't believe we will get another 15 minutes out of this small area. This is the reason why I would take it on a 5 here. Otherwise, I would prefer to add again on a 15 minute. The reason why you can put your stop here, because this is the last 15 minutes for value gap that's been tapped, and then we have that continuation play. Good morning, Emily, by the way. Can you enter on that movement? I would rather wait, because your entry model is actually a 15 minutes for fair value gap entry on a continuation play. The reason why we're playing continuation is still we can see the momentum of the market is going upwards. So anybody that trades this week prefer to trade upwards than downwards. I said this at the beginning of the movement also. Second of all, we have a lot of continuation play here, so it looks like it still wants to go higher. For me, the reason why I want to see this happen is because previous week high is actually very close by. So this is the easiest way to take this. Now, this was Asia high, by the way, so we did take out Asia high. It will depend on 15 minutes what this market will do. that will be on the open. If we create a new 15-minute for value gap, Emily, you could enter. So say that we now create here a 15 minutes. We don't hit that high yet. We stay around here. We tap that and then continue. Then you can enter. But not on a 5. Otherwise, you are changing again a plan. What's not in your plan. So that would not be easy. To remember then what to do actually. Then you will need me longer than actually need it. So I'd prefer you guys to be able to trade without me. And not only with me, of course.
Hij heeft... Moet ik nu dan weer wachten op de volgende of... Want die is er eigenlijk uitgegaan, ik ging die nemen. Hè.
Ik die neem al, van
Ja.
eerste keer.
Ik was er niet uit, dat is mijn overplay. Hè.
Dat kun je doen, of we kunnen geduld hebben, die 5 minuten, juist beneden. Dus zet hier een 5 minuten. Je kan ook wachten op die, dat hij hem tapt en verder doen.
Dan mag ik niet instellen.
Oké. So the good thing about that continuation play is that you can count everything in front. So again, that do stop to the entry, that would be 6 points. So calculate how much contracts maximum you can add to this trade to make at least not more than a half hour. That would be the maximum that I want to see you enter with it. So say that you have $100 as a stop right now, 6.5, that's $12 divided, calculated of course, before that trade comes to you.
Eigenlijk is dat mijn adding position, het is wat je bedoelt. Hè? Dus als ik erin zat en eigenlijk is tip.
Yep. Oh, that could have been due to the news that we actually had that push up. So do know, because I'm right 2 or 3 times or 4 times in a row, it can happen that I'm not correct either, people. So we are reading charts, that's a probability game, so we do our best in how we read it, but it's not 100% sure always. So always remember that the best traders can actually keep all emotions under control once you have a not good trading day or not a good outcome. If you followed your plan, that's a good trade on itself. So make sure if you enter all of these trades with me that you actually know why I enter it, that you can repeat it for yourself too, that you don't jump in it whenever you think you want to jump into it, because this is how we tend to lose control over how we trade. So it's really a mental game. And it's not an easy mental game to start with. But once you get used to it, you actually will love the end result that you get out of it. You'll be able to do so much more, so much calmer, without hesitating or with feeling relaxed. So if you didn't take anything off, that would be 1 hour right now that we're at. Where's my text? Wait. Mijn tekst erbij. Oh, here it is. So, I hope you understand why I want to take it to that high. So I'm still watching on the sideways too, how it reacts right here. So I'm constantly keeping it on a 5 and normally on a 15 minutes. So these are the only time frames you actually need to trade this strategy. You don't need any other time frames. Just the higher ones to see if you are trading with the flow. So with the order flow itself. That means I don't want to trade against the bigger trend at that point. So I only trade with it, no matter what. And sometimes we're lucky, we can jump immediately into it, and sometimes we have to be very patient. If we hit that 5-minute gap on open, I'm not entering. So again, if we hit this 5-minute gap on opening of 9 o'clock, I am not gonna take that entry. Repeat that one more time. So if this happens in the next 9 minutes, I'm not entering this. Just because of open, it can sweep this out. So there's a bit more volatility at 9 o'clock. So always keep that hourly in mind, because we trade before open. That we definitely see that open can continue, but can just sweep this out because there are still some gaps left up here. So prefer to be patient and see what happens at open itself. So no 15 created after this one. So we got this one closed. Oh, somebody's awake.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, Emily, if you want to take another trade today and you are not able to come online, I'll post them in Discord too from now on. So anytime that I have an idea where I can see an entry point, if I'm behind the charts, I will post them too before time. You will see where my entries will be. I will put it like this. You don't need to be behind the charts, so you can actually just put them in on a limit order and just go. Make sure, if you do this, that you do put in settings, risk settings. So if you go to your top step or bulenox, go to position backward, so risk settings, and then afterwards position risk profit backwards. So that means the amount of risk that you want to put into it and amount of profit. So immediately put that risk in so that you know I want to have that amount. And then you can calculate actually the amount of points that this is to your targets. Say that this is 19 points. You can also calculate this one. So you can put in that amount of profit that I want to take, and you can actually let go of that trade immediately. You don't need to be behind the charts with this one. And then come back later and see what happens. I'll explain this and when I can fully show it again. So the reason why you can do this, because this actually fills in automatically your stop and your profits, and this way you can actually just trade without being there. Every time you see a 15-minute fair value gap, you can limit order it in, put it at a stop after a sweep of liquidity, and then to let go of it.
Ja, doe gelukstreepje. Komt er bij jou? Nee?
So this is the last 5 minutes. If we tap this now, I'm not entering it again. If we tap the 5 minute for value gap right now, I am not entering it. There's a small 50 minute for value gap at 24,132. 24,131. Yeah, I know. Right here, that was my entry. So there is a small one left indeed, right here. So this is why I actually put my entry at the top and at the bottom of this one. This was only a 4 points actually. So yeah, this one still is valid at this point, but I don't think we will hit that one anymore. Not if we want to continue to that high. Because if we do, we want to sweep this out, that means that we will probably sweep out all of this trend line liquidity. So I see it more now that we continue to that high, we take a change of delivery in a 15 minute, and then we will take out all of this before we continue higher. Because this is again all-time high. So be aware, if we hit all-time high, that you can drag your TP a little bit up, and I will trail stop it up. That means that we will actually follow the stream of the market. If it changes hands immediately, I will stop us out. Of course, I will say, okay, let's jump out of this trade. If it does not and wants to continue higher, then we can actually enjoy the movement that it wants to go higher. So trail stopping means every time we create a new fair value gap of a 5, that we can actually jump and continue. Then you will see this right side go to a 1 minute, and I will follow the 1 minute stream then. But at least take some profit at a high. So this one is not active yet, we did not tap that one. Nog warm sectie?
Ik was bezig.
Okay. So 2 minutes to market open. We did not move a lot, so we're still actually at the same spot where we actually probably entered. So 1 more minute. So this is now actually why everybody that's in the bootcamp learned how you can read order flow and have not a real bias, but just see where the market is heading to, the major stream of the market, of course. It doesn't mean that you're always right, because the market can just change hands like it wants to. But this is actually again a boss that we created, so we've made a break of structure, so that retest would be great to enter to continue. But every time you see that, you got it, a continuation play. That's just the same like adding. This trading style is just the same like adding.
Order filled.
So here comes open. You can put your stop straight to BE right here. I don't want to see it come back down. So anybody in this long with me, you can put your stop at break even. If we come back down right now, we're gonna take out everything. Just because of this 2-minute push right here. I know it's just open, but it's just the reason why it's strongly pushed up. We should actually not come back. We want to take out that high right now. Otherwise we wouldn't even push that high. We would immediately first come back down after a bit of liquidity. We didn't take any liquidity lower now, except for this last one. And this actually shows you on a 5-minute too. This is quite strong push off of it. So the candle opened a bit lower and then immediately pushed. Nonetheless, there was a 5-minute right here. We didn't take it. Not sure with how many contracts that you're still in. If you want to take a little bit more profit, that would be a nice area actually too. I'm holding to the highs. I don't care. Yeah, normally you're correct, Anthony. You're an hour before us, or you're an hour ahead of time. Okay. So again, this is a very crucial point where I want to see the market continue rather normally. The reason why, again, we took out a session. Now even at open, we took it out again. So if the market just needed that liquidity, this is the hand where it wants to change. So everybody should at least have his stops, a break even right here. If it continues, we got a full TP. If not, we can do it another try. We can give it another try. Yeah, normally TradeZella automatically adjusts it to your own time zone.
ben je zo aan het snuffelen? Mag je nog een beetje wat zeker? Ja.
So again, same here. So if we watch the 1 minute right now, I want to see how this order flow goes now. So we have created a downwards for value gap. After the session, we unfungle the candle. So I want to see if it taps this, how it reacts. We have an opening, we have a small gap right here, so we can go take this gap in. Right here, we still had a 5 minute, but I prefer to continue directly. Just because of open session, taking out liquidity. So always be aware of where major points of liquidity are. It's very important to know, because those tend to be the places where the market wants to take a small retracement to then have that continuation. And London always tends to be the high or the low most of the times of the day too. You can see it actually as a candle. So say that this is the day candle, like this. And we have 2 wicks on it. London always tends to be this part or that part. You will see this often, that London is the high or the low of that day. So that's always good to know, because this is when you know that you can actually, if you believe that the market would go down all the day, this would actually be a great spot to take an entry, just to short off of it. At this point it still looks good. We took a little bit of liquidity and now we're pushing up higher again. The easiest way to watch if your trade still goes good, correct, if you want to be in a trade that takes at least a few hours, is go watch the hourly and see if it's still pushing up higher. Go watch the 4 hour and see if it still pushes higher. So if you can see, this is what we started, accumulation. We had a rally, we took the high, we stumbled a bit, and we moved again. So the only real think process that I have here, after that wick we pushed again to the high, so we'll probably take out our high and then see if it wants to come back down here. Did anybody enter the orb to the upside in the group? Because we broke it out right here too. Forgot to mention that. I did remember to mention it. So now we finally touched 1 minute for value gap. Yeah, I see 3 screens, so I see one more. So we just tapped it. So here I want to see how we react. Is actually a crucial point for us. So in the meantime, I'm gonna start logging this trade. So that was a continuation. To previous day high slash previous week high. 15 minutes tap. We are today 15th. We started this trade at 8:15. Is that hour? 11 and a quarter. It's important that you do this, so do this with me immediately with the EME buys. Actually, when was the last time I gave a funded account? That's a good question. No, it's okay. If you put it in your own trading zone, Emily, that's perfectly fine.
Ontleten woorden. How can you een account opblazen? Met ballonnen doe je dat? Ik heb het nog niet gedaan. Ik heb het nog niet gedaan.
Oh, that was a funny one, sexy. So this is not the reaction I want to see. So if we get stopped, I'm okay with it. So again, that was session high, we swept. I wanted to see this actually what happened before. So if we now could take out all of this, it's perfectly fine, it's possible. I was expecting that too, so. And the answer to the question, we all give an account now and then. It depends on what you do. I gave an account, actually 3 of them, when a cat ran over my keyboard. I was not happy when it happens, but yeah. Shit happens. I don't put any value on an account actually. I just have fun. That's why we're here, aren't we? To learn, to make money, and have some fun. Well, while we're in a trade, we can't do anything else anyway, so...
Is dat voor mij nu nog altijd die tap of niet? Of
Ja, dat is die tap
hoe
actually.
we dat niet
Mm-hmm. So now we came in a 5-minute tap.
zien? Nou, niet hè?
Jawel, voor mij is het probleem.
Nee, niet.
Oh, wasn't correct. So this is our 5-minute tap. We didn't tap it yet. Oh, we didn't tap it. We missed it by 2 points. No, 0.7 point. I actually didn't drew correctly. I put it up here on the previous fair value gap actually that we inverted. So for anybody that's new in trading, if you ever see this happening, two fair value gaps laying over each other, immediately pushing and going over it, that means that we have a good indication that the market wants to continue rallying up. Reason why? In a fair value gap or an imbalanced, there are orders left, so there are contracts left in this part. So this is why the market tends to act off of it very fast. So if they don't hold any value, that means that these contracts left in here were not enough for this market, for the buyers to get reduced. Or to give back territory. You can see it like you want to. That's just explaining order flow. So here we can see again that 5 minute we tapped. We actually didn't tap it fully, but and this is actually a strong indication that sellers got bought back up by the market that actually still wants to push the market higher right here. And believe me, 6 points in this market is still a lot, nonetheless. I don't think anybody of us got that kind of buying power yet. Don't mention if you don't got more than 10 million, you can't buy this even 1 point up. So because the market actually came down now and pushed further up, if this 15 minute goes to and stays up here, I'm gonna place my stop under that 5 minute gap right here. On this last 15 minute retracement for that continuation. So you see, we were in here, we were 1, 2, 3, it took about an hour later until we actually moved our stop. Wouldn't even be better if there was a small fair value gap right here that we tapped and then continued, that would even be better, but you can always have what you want. in the markets, I mean, how it shows. You can have everything that you want, but that's another story. If this was a tab, I probably would have added it too, but it wasn't, so I can't. So I said I would not enter and open, but the open is done already, so this is the next 15 minutes that I would have entered. So this was that range. Again, if we hit that high and we do not immediately go back down, make sure that you can drag your TP a little bit up. Or you take full profit and be done with it. It's up to you. I'm gonna try to trail stop it up further up if we get higher than this.
Altijd zo'n klein katje. Van bovenaf is die nog zo klein. Maar van dichtbij is die zo rood.
Ja, maar ik was het niet hier. Ik heb het niet gekapt.
Funny cat.
Heb je zo netjes gezegd?
Ja,
Yes. Toch.
maar is het bootcamp vandaag?
Nee, het is dinsdag en donderdag.
Papa is goed in koken, maar niet goed in de keuken.
Maar het was voor jou, ik ging eigenlijk als je kwam zeggen tegen jou, als je bij hem af was, ga ik je helpen. Maar het niet meer wel koop.
Maar ik heb het ook gehoord. Papa dacht weg.
Nou, dat heb ik niet gehoord, hè. Dat moet je
Ja,
aan
maar
mij
dat was
spreken.
het niet.
Je was er nog niet.
Het was een verrassing.
Een verrassing om mij dat te tonen. Nou,
Om
dat
je
is
te
een
helpen?
verrassing, hè.
Om je te helpen met die afwas dan ook. Ja, ik ging koken en jij ging kunnen afwassen, dat kost ik verder toe. En ik afgedroogd heb voor jou. Yeah, sorry for my Flemish guys, I was speaking to my daughter. So I'm still a parent, so I still need to do family stuff too.
Nee.
It's still my number one,
Maar
so...
ik had een snoepzak gewonnen en die ligt nu nog bij jou.
Ah, het is oké. Het is een week van niets doen, hè.
Hé, waarom betrekken jullie mij daarbij?
Is het de week? Dat is toch de week?
Hallo, waarom betrekken jullie mij daarbij? Ik heb geen ja gezegd of nee gezegd, hé.
Ah, maar dan zit je niet in ons team, hè.
Ze gaan mogen een patje dragen.
Nee.
Does anybody know a good place to buy merchandise? Actually, we're doing a family kind of team building. If we want to go somewhere and go with the van together, we would love to have something that we can actually recognize everybody in. So if you've got any ideas where we can find some nice merchant, always, if anybody makes it, let me know. I can buy it directly from you. I know everybody has a good skill in something. Did you put it in your journal, Cat Ready of Keeper? No, I did not. Put that in my journal. That would have been a nice one to stand over with. I didn't count it as an actual trade. But I did give 3 accounts back on that day. That doesn't matter. Getting an account or making money is actually easy once you stop wanting to make money. That's the funny thing about money. You cannot chase it, you need to let it come to you. Just the same as the market. if you trade continuation payments like this, you cannot change it. You need to let it come to you and enter it and let it go. And then let it take the ride which you want to take it. So save for money. So if you want it, don't chase it. Let it come to you. I know it's easier said than done, but it's the easiest way. Because the more that you run after it, the faster it runs away.
Ariana, meisje, ga je, als je dat doet, ga er even binnen doen, want je energie is echt heel speciaal aan het veranderen.
Good trading, Ariana. Thank you.
En dat is niet zo plezant, hè. En je zegt heel de tijd nee aan alles, wij proberen hier alles bovenop te raken en hij...
En dan wordt lang van de deuren.
En dan wordt lang van de deur, het is zo, echt. It's a good time to breathe.
The market's still undecided, so we chopped a bit, we came up, we're chopping a bit, so very undecided market. So the max out display that we could have gotten out of it was, yeah, that's not a 7 hour, of course, guys. That was a stop. It's a 2 hour right here that you could get out of it. So do know profit taking is still up to you. If you want to take a little bit off, you can always. Don't always follow me 100%. Make sure that you actually learn to do this yourself too. It will help you on the long way. Anybody still enjoys me streaming here, give me a thumbs up too. It helps the channel grow a bit and other people find us. If you know anybody that wants to join the Discord with us, let me know too. I'll give you an invite link if you're up to it. I'm actually also looking for a monitor in the group, so anybody that can keep the chat a bit more alive. I'm not that kind of a chat person. It's not really my thing. I love teaching and I love trading, but chatting is really something. It's not my thing. So I'm actually looking for a few to work together with. So if anybody is up to it, send me an email or send me a DM on Discord. Oh, this is funny actually. MNQ took this and NQ did not again. So we got two highs here equal. On NQ this is different. We took the high again. Or MNQ. So if you're a new trader and never traded before, make sure that you can do it with a plan, constantly over again, having patience, seeing market order flow, then sitting there doing nothing. I know it's sometimes actually it's an easy job trading once you learn how it works and how it feels. But until you get there, if you want to do it on your own, you can. But if you want to have a good mentor, it helps you a lot faster, especially mentally. So about 25 minutes till 10. That's my normal hour that I get off. Anybody long enough anyway knows this already. So I do about 2 hours in the morning and about 2 hours in the afternoon session. It depends if I get the chance to do anything longer. I will, of course. So we're again at that high here. So again, that's 2R. I still see it go up to the highs. Ik weet niet of er wat zegt geweest in de chat, hoor.
Nee.
Nee? Oké. So I do appreciate it if you do share your profits too, once you make them in the group in Discord. So here's that TP. That was a fast one. If you were not able to drag it up, okay, then you're full out, you got your TP. Good trade. If you did drag it up, I'll keep a close look at it. I don't want to see it come back actually into this range. We do need to push right here. I keep pushing. I was previous week high and all-time high, so So if you're fully out right here, that's okay. Trade, log it, so make sure, screenshot, trade, make sure it's put into it, make sure you have correctly put in everything. So 9:35, so same for me. That was a very fast push, so I did want to drag it higher, but mine was still there. So 12:35. I was telling it to everybody of you, and I didn't remember to do it myself. 35. And I got a 1.8 out of this one. So this was a clean session. Big profit in hem?
Nee?
Ja.
Nee. Maar nee, die vertellen, dat is super weinig. Komt niet overeen, hè. Maar ik zit hier al met 2 contracten.
So again, if you made some profits with me today, share it in Discord, would be much appreciated. Give me a thumbs up too, that people still can follow, find us. I'm not gonna re-enter this. I was not on time, so if the only thing that I can re-enter is actually be patient until we see another 15-minute value gap created out of it, and then get an entry to continue higher. But we just took out previous week low, so for me the most obvious thing now is that we actually take out that trend line liquidity right here. If we don't do this in the next 15 minutes and start falling further, we will continue a lot higher, probably to 24,200. After that, I do believe that we will in New York session take out this liquidity. So, if anybody has a question, it's now a good time, of course. Otherwise, I'm gonna end the session with this. Nonetheless, it's 10:15, but yeah, we took a profit, so not re-entering it. Be happy with what you got out of it. If you see this on a 15 minute, you can see that was actually quite a strong push after that high immediately. I'm gonna go listen to the best. Great. Keep listening to it. It will help, Arjun. So okay, that's it from me for today. Wish you all a great session in London for the rest of the day, and see you back the afternoon session, of course.